There were three godlike beings in this world, Athon a force of light and good, Grymark a force of darkness and evil, and the much lesser-known god, Ahigak, a sort of bonding spirit, if you will, or invisible chain, binding the previous two together. Before even time existed, these three gods existed, in the beginning small and insignificant within the vast emptiness of nothing. Ahigak ruled supreme, effectively controlling the two others, manipulating and forcing them to coincide within their tiny existence. With their power small and their fear of Ahigak vast, none of them dared risk conflict with the third god. In ways of tribute, they reported information they learned, each from scanning the emptiness in their own respective fashion. Something happened, Ahigach's power fading. For just a moment, sensing this, Grimark refused to pay tribute and opted to hide. Grimark will keep it all. Wake up, master, Athen thought. I will help you. Athen will give all. As such, a divide happened between the gods. Grimark gave birth to greed, and Athen to empathy. An expansion happening, the three gods pulling further and further from each other. As Grimark grew, it became deep and hollow. As Athen grew, it became tall and sturdy. As Ahigak grew, it became flexible and long. This rip in their fabric created dust, a mixture of excess material from all three of them, which flew, slowly all around them, becoming smaller and smaller, while simultaneously growing in numbers, and started to resemble more like a stream, or a canvas that stretched so far into the emptiness that none of them could reach or sense the end. This is the beginning of time, space, mass, and dust. For an eternity, Grymark expanded, requiring more and more space. For an eternity, Athen expanded, gaining more and more mass. In a wild race for power, the two gods attempted to seize command over one another by expanding in opposite directions, but both ultimately found it impossible to resist the will of Ahigak, who bound them together. In defiance, Grymark and greed constructed hate, a vicious and powerful spirit. Athen and empathy, in turn, created joy, a spirit with immense influence and satisfaction. The two gods and their spirits kept splitting their power to make more forces and spirits. Athen created light, and empathy created love. Grymark constructed darkness, and greed constructed pride. Hate and joy, influenced by love and pride, gave birth to loneliness. Loneliness used its strange influence to ultimately overpower and destroy Ahigak. The destruction of a god formed two magic forces, order and chaos, that mixed with the blood of Ahigak and dust, making life the most powerful spirit. And such was the beginning of time, space, mass, and dust, the birth of the spirits, greed, empathy, and loneliness, the construction of the spirits, hate and pride, the creation of the spirits, joy and love, the formation of the two primal magics, order and chaos, and the making of life.